Okay, here goes a little amp that you don't see every day. I wouldn't say rare, but I would say maybe hard to find. This is a RM-100. That's the model number. It's made by RM Italy, also known as RMI. You know, they make KLV amps and some other series of amps, but this is a older 1-tube modulator. Uses a single 8417, which is the high-powered version of the 6L6 family, and transistorized key-in circuit. Cute little 1-tube modulator. It is a close cousin of the Blackcat JB-150. You know, probably 90% of the same, and then 10% they changed a few things on it. But this one's a screamer. I don't have a top cover for it. Can't find it, or either it didn't come with one. I don't know, when you have so much stuff. But anyway, that's what it looks like on top. Just a 1-tube and the power transformer there. A lot of people, because it's got the variable in the back, that guy right here is a variable input. So as long as you don't drive it with a ton of watts, you know, maybe 20 watts or less, you know, coming out the radio, you can back the input down with that variable there. So it really doesn't matter how hard the radio drives it, because this knocks the input down, so you can still keep the dead key low and let it swing like it's supposed to. But what a lot of people do is, instead of keeping the dead key low, they crank it up. You know, they use this little modulator for heavy hammer, and it'll do the watts for a minute, and then it's gonna die. And usually the first thing I see die with these is this little transformer. That transformer there is probably good for, you know, 50, 75 watts RMS, which is what this thing does. But what people do is they turn it up to, you know, 50, 75, 100 watts dead key, you know, swinging backwards, and the first thing that's going to pop is this transformer. So you see a lot of these small modulators, JB12s, JB150s, that the transformer is blown, and that's usually from people trying to get too much out of the little amps. And let's turn it over. And that's what it looks like on the inside. This guy here is pretty clean. You know, straightforward design. You know, power supply caps. This one does have a circuit breaker, which this is nice. So I guess if you overdrive it, like the JB76s, on the JB76's Blackcats, you don't see the power transformer blown often because it's got the circuit breaker in it. So when you overdrive this or the JB76, it simply pops the circuit breaker. What people do with the fuses ones, they, you know, overdrive it, they pop the fuse, they put in a bigger fuse. So that's not really possible with the circuit breaker. So I actually like that design. It's been recapped with some new caps in there, and that's what it looks like on the inside of this RM-100 by RMI or RM Italy. So we're gonna turn it back around and fire it up, let it warm up for a few and see what it does. And I guess while we're warming up, we'll put it on standby and show what the radio's doing. Let's put it on average. So we're doing 3 watts into it, swinging about 8, and on peak, audio, doing about 13 watts peak is all we're putting into this guy. And that's all it needs. It can run on probably, like I say, maybe 1 watt in up to about 20 watts, but make sure you adjustment in the back for that dead key. So let's put it on the 200 watt scale and should be warmed up. Key it down right quick. Audio. Yeah, let's take it off standby too. Audio. Audio. Little indicator light instead of a meter. The Blackcat's had a meter. I think I like the meter better, but anyway. We're on a 200 watt scale now with this thing dialed down on average. So let's see what it's dead keying at. 1 watt dead key. And audio. Talking about 50, swinging maybe 60 on average with it dialed down. And let's put it on peak with it dialed down. Audio. 100 watts peak from a 1 watt dead key. And we're going to put it back on average and see if we can dial it up with it keyed down. Wrong way. Let's dial it up to a 20 watt dead key, which is about the most I would run it at safely. Like I say, it'll do more, but it won't do more for long. But I'm down to about 18. Audio. Just swinging past 50 on average, and probably doing the same thing peak. Audio. Talking closer to 110. Hello, audio. And last, I'm going to crank it up a little bit just to show that. See, it did key that. That's like 58 watts. I can already feel it getting warm with my hand over it with the dial on the back. So it'll do those kind of watts, but it won't do them for long. You'll blow this thing up pretty quick doing it that way, and that's what most mud ducks do. So anyway, with these little modulators, dead key low and let them swing. That's what they're designed for. You want something with a heavy hammer or a high dead key. Don't get a little 1-tube modulator. Get a little bit heavier box that's designed for that. Get a DNA or something, or Palomar or something. Audio. I'm going to dial it back down because I like to see that swing before I go out of here. Wrong way again. You're on audio. And that's RMS. And last peak again. Audio. 2 watt to 100 watt peak. I like this little guy. Too bad I can't find the top cover for it. But anyway, RM-100 by RMI or RM Italy Corporation. Blackcat JB-150 cousin. Not quite a clone. Alright, that's it for this one. Bye.